Okay, so this video is here to explain what happens when you have Sun in the 11th house in your birth chart. So, what is the 11th house? The 11th house is a house that's originally ruled by Saturn and Aquarius, because Saturn rules the 10th house and the 11th house. And the 11th house deals with mainly your elder siblings and large social network circles, groups, and organizations. It is the house that provides the largest and greatest amount of wealth in your birth chart. Because you see, I mean, it's several, I can make a whole video in regards to houses that represent wealth, but across the board, I think most astrologers or people who are interested in astrology would agree that the 11th house deals with large wealth, huge gains, because this 11th house is large social network circles and organizations and stuff. And Saturn, which is the original ruler of this house, is also associated with the 10th house, which is the career, which is, it's like your career and stuff, your dream job. And Saturn is a slow moving planet. So it also teaches us that it takes time and discipline to achieve your dreams, achieve your goals and stuff. I don't know. I'm sort of going all over the place. So let me stay on topic and stuff. I would have to make a whole nother video on that. But yes, that is what the 11th house represents. Large social network circles, organizations, groups, and your elder sibling. So what is the sun? It's a fiery hot planetary body that represents our father. It represents our soul. It represents our egos. One of the major important things in a person's chart that represents their personality. So, like I said, the sun also brightens the qualities and traits of the house that it sits in. And since this is also this fiery hot planetary body, it also sort of burns and damages some of the significations of the house that it sits in. So if you put sun in the 11th house, one of the things you might see is that this is a person who might have a network circle or groups of people, or just is someone who might be connected to people in high positions of power. Because like I said, the 11th house is your large social network circles and organizations. By looking at the Lord of your 11th house and seeing what's sitting in the 11th house, you can sort of see the type of people that you might be able to gain support from, or the type of people that you might have in your circle and stuff. So if you got sun sitting there, you might attract these people who might be in strong, powerful positions of power potentially. You might be friends with somebody who worked at Apple, friends with somebody who worked at Microsoft, friends with somebody who works for, I don't know, the DEA or whatever. You might be able to gain support and some type of assistance from people in positions of power, because sun is this authoritative planetary body. And with sun in the 11th house, this could really point to someone who's this leader, someone who would want to lead and take charge and just lead people for whatever reason and stuff. This is just someone who could just be a leader amongst people, potentially, depending on the sign that the sun is in. But on a slightly negative side, with sun being in the 11th house in your birth chart, it could show that, since the sun is hot, it might burn away your friends. It might burn away some of your connections with people in high positions of power. People might look at you and observe you, like, wow, this person is doing their thing and whatever the hell it is that they're doing. And, people might be intimidated and jealous of your potential and of your success. So you might be someone who is in a high position of power or a high position of influence, or just sits on like maybe a nice tall plateau in whatever field that it is that you may be going after. And maybe your light, maybe your brightness, maybe your potential, maybe your success could intimidate other people or make them jealous and might not want to work with you, and therefore you might not gain support. Or Sun in the 11th house, maybe because the sun is this strong, independent planetary body, and the 11th house is all about large social network circles and organizations. Sort of like all about networking and working with people and gaining help and support from other people. Sun naturally isn't really so good and fond with maybe being of service and bending and molding with other people to achieve a goal. So you might be someone who might not be good at working with other people. You might have come off as selfish or I don't know, just mean or whatever, and you could be susceptible, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say, to burning relationships and bridges with people in high positions of power, and therefore you might just cut off ways of you gaining help and support from other people. But like I said, on the positive side, on the positive end, it's possible for this person with Sun in the 11th house to be in this position of power and be able to gain help and support from other people in strong positions of power, or be a leader amongst people and lead a cause and maybe make financial gains potentially from people in high positions of power. You might see this play out in many different ways. There's many ways to slice this. It depends on your chart. You could just be someone who just might have access to people in nice, good, strong positions of power and influence, and they might help you out financially or assist you with something or whatever. But that's all I really gotta say. I hope this gave you some insight and clarity on what to expect on what happens when you have Sun in the 11th house in your chart. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.